So I think one of probably the most common questions, and a lot of the reason I started the podcast was because I regularly get young people, college students, people just out of college, or even friends coming to me and saying, "I want to start a business."
Mm,
Uh, and usually, kind of some of my feedback is around whether you should, whether you're fit for it. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts on how do you know that? And then B, uh, what do you tell someone who's like, I want to start something? What do I do?
yeah. Well, those are very interesting questions. My experience in business was not with a start out. And my
Yeah.
experience in business, I didn't start out as a lead executive. I backed into it over time.
Yeah.
The most fortunate thing for me, and if a person has the opportunity to do this, it probably is my number one advice. The most fortunate thing for me was that I had this opportunity for, an 8 or 10 year um, apprenticeship. And
Yeah.
so my advice to most people, uh, if you think you want to jump into something, particularly as an entrepreneur, where are you going to pick up your basic learning about, the skills necessary? Where are you going to pick that up in the first place? And it's an awful expensive entrepreneur experience to say, well, I'm going to start it with no experience and I'm just going to jump in. Well, okay. That's you know, good luck.
One.
But yeah,
Yeah.
probably maybe a better answer or prodding to the entrepreneur would be, well, why don't you go find some place where you can, practice that trade for a while and see what you think about it and see where somebody's
Yeah.
doing well, see where they're screwing up. You can approach it with your own entrepreneurial eye. What would you do differently? But the big thing is learn something, learn about it and learn where that industry, whatever it is, where it's come from, where it appears to be going to, what aspects of it you want to build on. So I think the idea of the apprenticeship is huge. And anybody that's wanting to get into a ground floor business opportunity, I think my first question would be, yeah, where do you see an opportunity to get some training, before you jump out
Yeah.
on your own? So,
Yeah. I love that. I couldn't agree more. I think it's not a coincidence that most successful entrepreneurs are in their 30s, late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
yeah,
I think we have this view of the Facebook founders who start in Harvard,
right.
and that is, it's not even an exception. It's like the black swan event. It
Yeah,
is just so rare.
yeah,
But it's what in our culture we all think happens most of the time, and it's one in a billion.